I'm going to record this and put this up on Classroom like I've done. When you're ready.
Yep.
Cool. Alright, so far the major common thing amongst all of the rōpū is that you have found parts of it boring or tedious. Okay? Tedious has led to less motivation, therefore perhaps that's going to impact your improvement. So in sport improvement or skill improvement is something called sports psychology, which is looking at the study of how you think and use your brain power to try and improve a skill, all right, or to get better at something. If you scroll down, yeah, just push down. So basically, we're looking at how well we control our thoughts, our emotions, so that we can try and improve in anything. And this doesn't just apply to sport, it also applies to everyday life. So it says confidence is a key to successful performance, but also I would say confidence and motivation is a key to successful performance. So it's two things. And basically it allows you to get more control, but also at the same time what it does is it motivates you to spend those hours in the gym, in the court, practicing, whatever it may be. Yeah. Next one, thanks. Alright, so there's this word called arousal in sport, okay? And what it is basically is your readiness to actually participate in any given activity, alright? So it can be practice or it can be actual game, alright? So what are some of the things that you might do in any of your sports in your getting ready for a big game or any game? Warm up, okay? So what might be involved in a warm up?
Some running.
Running, cool, yep.
Like at a good pace.
Yeah, cool. So you're preparing your body physically, but also by doing that, what you're doing is you're starting to switch your brain into game mode, all right? So you're starting to increase the arousal levels so that you can be in that zone, all right? What else might you do besides a warm-up, a physical warm-up? Team talk, cool. So you start getting together, talking about goals for the game, etc., starting to zone people in mentally into the game. Anything else that you might do? Yeah, cool. So you might have what we call self-talk, either in your head where you've got a mantra about what you might use. If you think about Richie McCaw back in the Rugby World Cup in 2011, whenever they got into a really high stress point, he would bring his team back in and he would say blue zone thinking or green zone thinking. And what that was a key word that brought them back down to not thinking about the situation then, but about what's the next job that I've got to do. So they would stand under the goalpost after having had a try scored against them. He would say green or blue zone thinking, as opposed to red zone thinking. That would then bring me back to the, okay, what's my next job? All right? So it is used in all sorts of different ways. Yeah, next one. Okay. There's a thing called the inverted U theory of arousal, which is really applicable to what we're doing at the moment. So basically, next one please. This is the I guess the diagram of it. All right. On this axis here, you've got your performance from poor performance at the bottom to good performance. Then you have on this axis here down the bottom, what you've got is you've got low arousal or low levels of arousal. That's someone who is not, what Mercy looks like at the moment. I'm boring you. So she's looking like she's tired, she's not that interested. Right through to someone who is highly or over aroused. So they're so wound up that they aren't in a great, or they're too high that they can't actually perform very well. And then there's the moderate or the what we call optimally aroused, which is where you would expect best performances to come. That's where someone is switched on, but not so switched on that they're nervous and they freeze or they do stupid things, etc. Alright? So what happens is potentially you can see the performance if you are bored because it's repetitive. You're doing a lot of closed skill learning, which you've all told me in some form or another. What happens is potentially you get into this level here, low under arousal, your performance or your motivation is low, therefore you're less likely to improve. Next one. So under aroused, you're easily distracted. Yep, so if you're doing too much closed skill learning, other things happen, you sort of go off task. Yep, next one. You're not too interested in what is going on, feeling tired and lethargic, not focused, right? Are those three things going to allow you to improve your skill? No, cool. So what you've done cleverly is you've identified that that's a problem and you've given me some strategies to try and get out of this zone. Next one. So they're over-aroused. This is probably not us, but those are people extremely nervous, very tense, feeling ill, not fully focused, hyped up, okay, and at the right level of arousal. So this is what we're trying to get to now, is you're nervous but confident, you're motivated and excited, and you're focused. Now, those three things are probably going to help you improve quicker. Would you agree? All right. So what we've done here is I've given you some theory that you can put into your evaluation, your write-up, about why you made the changes and how you think it's going to improve the changes. Improve your performance, I should say. All right. So you might just say, we made, and you weren't wrong, we made some changes because we're doing too much closed skill learning. That made it boring, therefore I was less motivated. That would be a real base kind of achieve level answer. You might then go, we were doing too much closed skill learning, it got boring, and according to the inverted U theory of arousal, that led me to be under aroused. Therefore, I had things like I was easily distracted, I was not focused, and that impacted my skill improvement. You see how you might weave that through? That starts giving you merit your excellence level thinking. All right. This PowerPoint is in Google Classroom. It's under this part here, move to improve, sports psychology resources, and there it is there if you want to refer back to that theory. All right. Te pata, any questions?